Welcome everyone. Today's class is a slow flow, a great way to open up your body, stretch it out, and come into your breath. So let's start in a comfortable seated position. Props that you can have on hand, blocks or books. Blanket is also great if you prefer to sit up on one. All right, so coming into our comfortable seated position, whatever leg that you crossed in front, let's go ahead and switch. So bring the non-dominant leg forward. Find your center. So I like to rock forward and back and side to side. And then I come into stillness in the center. Palms face up if you need a little bit more energy today. Palms face down to ground. You can always go for one of each if that calls to your body. From here, relax your jaw. Soften your gaze and let your eyes close. And bring your awareness into the breath. Often it can feel forced at the beginning of a practice. Just know that it will even out. Remembering this is your body, your practice. So listen, modify, make any adjustments to fit the needs of your body in this moment, in this practice, in this day. Drop our chin to our chest. With thought, with care, with compassion, begin to trace along the collarbone. We hold a lot of tension in our upper back. This is a great thing to do on a daily basis. Maybe as you're working at your computer, taking a minute or two to check in. If side to side is plenty for your body, please stay here. If it speaks to you, go ahead and take full rotations around. Not slouching in that lower back, keeping the tall spine. If you haven't already, go ahead and switch directions. Come back to stillness in the center. Slowly blink the eyes open. We'll inhale, arms wide. Exhale, right arm crosses the chest. Left hand will come to that tricep. Drawing the shoulders down, we're reaching the right arm further away from the body. Check in with your neck, check in. Make sure the shoulders aren't up by the ears. Let them melt away, down the back. Release the left arm, open up the chest, draw your heart through. And then as you exhale, left arm crosses the body, right hand comes, helps draw the arm across and shoulder down. Release, open up those arms nice and wide, heart through. Exhale, bring it in, give yourself a big squeeze, drop your chin towards your chest. One more time, deep breath. Exhale, draw the opposite arm on top, grabbing either shoulder, chin towards the chest, elbows away. let's find our way to a tabletop position. If you find that your wrists are sore, you can always make fists here. We want to spread the fingers evenly. We want our shoulders to be stacked over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. Toes can be tucked or flat, whatever you feel you have more control or support with. Before we get started, just sway side to side. And then back and forth. Come back to stillness. Engage the belly. So we want to keep the core engaged, navel pulling in towards the spine as we move through our cat-cows. Tailbone will lift, navel drops, heart moves through the arms. As we exhale, we're pushing the mat away, rounding through the spine. And move at your own pace. Don't be so concerned with the inhales and exhales. Work with what feels best for your body. Next time you come to cow position, tailbone lifts, heart moves through. We'll hold here for an extra round of breath. And then into your cat pose. Push the mat away, round through the upper back. And release. Slide the hands forward slightly. Heart's going to move towards the front of the mat. Then bring your hips over towards the right and then back towards that right heel. Pause here for a moment, pushing the mat away. Resist the floor. And then moving over towards the left, back through to the top of the mat, making circles. If it feels good to pause at any part of this rotation, pause. Take one more in this direction. You come to the top of the mat. We'll make it over towards the left. Pause at that back left hip. Full circles. Making the movements as fluid as possible. One more time around. All right, draw yourself back into a child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes touch. And sway the hips side to side. With each sway, your heart is drawn towards the floor. And then you come into stillness. With sits bones towards your heels. Find your way back to your tabletop position. Bring the knees hip distance, shoulders over those wrists again. All right, pointed dog position. Walk the right arm forward, slide your left leg back. Keep either your hand or your foot on the mat, or we're lifting one or the other up, or both. Core is engaged. Slight puff in the kidneys. So we're keeping level hips. Deep breath in. As you exhale, tap right elbow with your left knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, draws in. One more deep breath. Exhale in. 5 into the belly, push the floor away. 3, 2, and 1. Extend. Right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Second side. Walk the left hand forward, extend your right leg. Kneecap and toes keep pointing to the mat, and we're lifting up If this becomes too much, feel free to lower one or both onto the floor. Deep breath in. As you exhale, elbow and knee. Inhale's left. Exhale, elbow and knee. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here. Thigh into the belly, pushing the floor away. 3, 2, and 1. Extend. Left hand down, right knee down. Child's pose. Knees wide. Sway it side to side as you lower the heart towards the floor, forehead towards the mat. And if you can't bring the third eye, the forehead to the floor, slide something underneath so you're supporting your head. This time we're going to bring our hands together in prayer pose. Elbows will stay on the floor, and the thumbs come between the shoulder blades. Let your hips be heavy. Release the hands. Walk yourself back in. We're going to turn to face the long edge of our mat. If you have tender knees, feel free to pad. You can take a blanket underneath, or you can also roll your mat up so you're supporting. We're going to keep our left knee bent, and we're going to extend the right leg out to the side. Push the foot down so the pinky toe is touching the mat, and the left toes can be tucked or they can be flat. Again, whatever feels like good support for your body. As you inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, left hand flips palm to the sky, and then we're side bending. Right hand traces down the leg. Now don't collapse through your chest. I want you to draw the left shoulder back. Exaggerate the motion. Gaze is up if it's okay with your neck, or down, or forward. Coming through center. Left hand to the floor. If that's too much for your body, take the hand to the block. Right arm to the sky. You might stay here and then reach that arm up and over. That's too much for the shoulder. Keep it reaching up to the sky. Lengthen here. Come back through center. Flip the left palm, trace the ceiling, gatekeeper's pose. We're opening up our heart. Right hand is walking further down the leg. Looking for side body lengthening through both sides of the waist. Great job. Come back through center. So you have the option to stay where we were. Maybe the arm is reaching up. Maybe it's going along the side of the head. If you'd like to get some balance into this, lift your right leg up, flex the foot, breathe here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come on up. Bring the right knee in. Take a moment. We're going to sit back on our heels. I'll turn this way so you can see. We're tucking our toes and we're sitting back on the heels. Now, if this is too much for your body, please take your knees onto a block or a blanket to elevate. This is toe stand. Toe stand is a great way to open up the sole of your foot or the Achilles, which will help prevent plantar fasciitis. So palms face down here. One more breath. All right, slowly release the feet. Give yourself a paddle of the feet. All right, second side, we're gonna keep our right knee bent, left leg goes out to the side. Pad what needs to pad. You wanna have that left foot pressing into the floor. As we inhale, arms open, right palm flips, tracing the ceiling. Keep your right shoulder drawing back. No collapsing through the heart center. See if you can find a little bit more space through the left side body, even though we're taking a side bend on this side. right hand to the floor, left arm either to the sky or it's coming overhead. Gaze might be up, gaze might be down, gaze might be straight forward. Come back through center. Flip that front palm, trace the ceiling. Walk the hand further down, right shoulder stays on the back. You're breathing here. Right arm down, left arm reaches overhead or up to the sky, rotate. Great place to stay if you're looking to get into your balance. You might float that left leg, and we're breathing here. 3, open up the heart, 2, and 1, come on up. All right, left knee comes in. This time we're gonna sit on our shins. Hands are gonna come behind us. I'll turn to face the long edge of the mat so you can see. Hands are back by the hips. We're gonna press onto the shins, lifting the knees into the chest. 3, 2, 1, using that belly. Nice job. Bring the hands forward, tuck the toes, lift yourself up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, pedal the feet. I've never had 2 down dogs that felt the same, so just check in, see what needs an extra breath, needs more space, no judgment. Then look to the front of the mat, find your stillness, rocking towards a plank, bend the knees, slide the hips back, downward facing dog. A few more like that, rock towards your top of a push-up, hips draw back, knees are bent. Rock forward, soften the knees, draw those hips back. Again, rocking forward, soften the knees, hips are back. This time we rock forward. We're gonna lower all the way to the mat. Drop the knees, drop your chin and your chest. Hands come back along the ribs. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Cobra, lengthen as you lift. And then like a cobra would do, we're gonna sway it side to side. Lifting up, maybe just a little higher each time you sway side to side. Maybe you're floating the hands. Keep pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. And then lower with control, nice and slow. Come all the way down. Bend your knees, let your feet sway side to side. Relax the legs. Slide yourself back through child's pose on your way to your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. In your down dog, shoulders stay on the back. Take your right leg high, bend your knees, stack your hips, keep your left shoulder lifting, left side body is long, and then spread the toes. Imagine you can touch the wall behind you. Look forward, we'll step our right foot to meet our right hand, left knee comes down to the floor. If you need to pad that knee, go ahead. And if you need to support your left hand on a block, take a moment to grab that block. We're gonna rotate and twist over to the right. Right arm reaches up. And then bring it down. Right hand down, arms come up, take it into a back bend. Again, left hand down, open, rotate to the right. Sweep those arms up, taking it into a back bend. If it's there for you, you might press onto the top of the back foot and lift your knee up. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Release slowly if you lifted that knee. Left hand down. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Tuck your back toes, lift that knee, reach up to the sky, and then open up your heart. Reach the right arm back. 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right knee down. Left knee down. Extend your right leg forward, half splits. Feel your hips square. So the right hip draws back as the left hip is sliding forward. Pinky toes towards the face. Deep breath. Exhale, half splits. Don't be cruel to your hamstrings. If you need to soften your knee, go ahead. The more we fight our hamstrings, the more they fight us back. Slowly look forward, soften your front leg. We're going to tuck our back toes and step up to the front of the mat. Hip distance or wider with the feet. Grab opposite elbows and let yourself sway side to side. Ragdoll. Releasing the arms. Bring your feet together. We'll inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do a few more like that. Inhale, half sun salutations. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. We'll hold here. Maybe the hands walk in line with the feet. So fingers and toes make one line. Sits bones are spreading, inner thighs are drawing to the wall behind you. Lift your belly, walk your ribs further down your legs. Last 3, 2, and 1. Soften your knees, rise all the way up to stand. Let your arms come up with you. Hands come to heart center. Samastitihi. So I'm going to turn so you can see me, but we're staying towards the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, right arm up. Left hand comes to your back. Fingers are pointing towards the shoulders. We're going to reach the right arm up and the left elbow back. Side bend over towards the and to your lower back. Left arm comes up. Right elbow's drawing behind you. Side bend, press through both sides, both feet. All 4 corners. And release. This time, both hands come behind you. Elbows are drawing towards one another. Standing camel pose. Lift your heart, elbows in. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale's plank pose. Come all the way onto the mat. Slide the hands back, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Cobra pose. Roll the shoulders up and down. Imagine you're cracking a walnut between the shoulders. Breathe here. Tops of the feet into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Slide to your child's pose. Down dog is where we're going to meet. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep resisting the floor. Pushing all fingers and toes. Left leg goes high, bend the knees, stack the hips, keep your right shoulder lifting. Reaching those toes over towards the long edge of the mat. Straighten your leg, look forward, use your core. Step the left foot to the top of the mat, right knee comes down. Right hand stays on the mat. Rotate and twist, left arm to the sky, rotating into your left leg. Coming into a lunge, sweep those arms, bring it into a back bend, both arms reach. Support your lower back by engaging the core. Release, coming into your twist. Right hand to the mat, left arm reaches. Right arm, left arm, reach to the sky. You might stay here. You might press onto the top of your back foot. Support your core and your back. 3, 2, and 1. With control, right knee comes down. Right hand to the floor, left arm. Tuck the toes, lift your back leg, and then reach. The left arm is reaching back, opening up the heart center. 3, 2, and 1. Come out of your twist. Drop the right knee to the mat. Left leg goes forward. Keep the hips over your back knee. So if you need more space, the left leg goes forward. Then square. Right hip draws forward as the left hip slides back. Nose towards toes. Don't round in the upper back. Heart is leading you. Sternum leads. 3, 2, and 1. Soften your front leg, tuck your back toes, step your right foot to the front of the mat. Hip distance or a little wider with the feet. Either grab opposite elbows or the back of your head. Coming into a ragdoll. Release whatever variation of the arms you have. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Flowing like that. Lift halfway. Exhale into your fold. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. We'll hold there. Spiral those inner thighs. Shift the weight forward. Walk the ribs down the belly, down the thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Soften the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. From here, press into your chair, lift the heart, pushing into all corners of the feet, and then rise up to stand. Take it into a back bend. Soften your knees, chair pose, arms will come behind you. Inhale, reach up, back bend. Exhale, chair pose, legs, arms reach back. Shoulders together. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, soften the knees, shoulders together, reach those hands back. We have 3, sit deeper. 2, lift the heart higher. And 1, release, forward fold. How you get to down dog is your business. Maybe you step directly back, maybe you move through a vinyasa. In our down dog, we have 5 breaths. If that's too much, feel free to come into a tabletop position. Shoulders are on the back. Feel them draw into the sockets. Lift your belly. You need to keep your knees soft. Right leg is going to go high. Bend the knees. Stack the hips. Spread those toes. Reach, 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 reach. Then square the hips. Look forward. Step the right foot to meet your right hand. Stay on the back, the ball of your back foot. And then the arms reach up nice and high. From here, inhale. As you exhale, take it into a back bend. Ears stay in line with the shoulder. Keep pressing through all 4 corners of your feet. And then open up, warrior number 2. Right hip draws to the center of your mat. As your knee slides towards the pinky edge of your toe, you should see your back or your big toe. Shoulders down, flip the front palm. We'll flow here, reaching side bend. Coming into your side angle, right forearm to the right thigh, left arm overhead. Again, reverse this time. Maybe left arm reaches towards the right hip. Side angle. Again. One more time. Stay in your reverse warrior. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come on up. Straighten that front leg. Trikonasana. Right hand to the floor. Left arm to the sky. Breathe here. Lengthen. Maybe you go into a bit of a back bend, reaching that left arm back. 3, 2, and 1. Soften your front leg. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Left knee lowers. Heel toe your right foot out to the side and more towards the center of your mat. You're going to come towards the pinky edge of your back foot, your left foot. So it's like a casual Burt Reynolds pose. From here, we're going to lift our hips. We're going to reach towards the front of our mat with our right hands. And then as you exhale, you're lowering your left hip down and you're reaching your right hand towards that foot. Again, inhale, lift those hips, reach side body long. Exhale, lower and down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, lower and reach. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand comes down. Step your right leg back, making your way to downward facing dog, however you decide to get there. Left leg goes high. Keep your right shoulder lifting. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. Reach those toes. Keep the right side body lifting. And then straighten your left leg. Look to the top of the mat. We'll bring our left hand, our left foot to our left hand. We're on the ball of that right foot. Hips are square. High lunge. From here, inhale. Exhale into the back bend. Curl your heart towards the sky. Shoulder blades together. Core supporting that lower back. 3, 2, 1. Vira number 2, warrior number 2. Heel to arch with those feet. You should see that big toe. Inner thighs lifting. Don't collapse your back leg. Make sure it's nice and strong. Especially we'll be here for a bit, so we need both legs engaged. Flip the front palm, taking that side bend and reverse warrior flow. So reach towards the back of the mat, side angle, right arm overhead, and reverse. Maybe you reach the right hand back as the left arm goes overhead. Just flow like this at your own pace. What feels good to you, creating mobility through the shoulders, opening up the side body, well, awakening our legs, building some strength there. One more. Come into the front. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, straighten that front leg, setting yourself up for your triangle. If you notice, I prefer shorter stance with my triangle, whatever is speaking to you. Hips slide back, side body is long, right arm reaches to the sky, and we're opening up our chest. We're breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Square your heart towards the mat. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Lowering that right knee down. So the left foot, heel toes out to the side. I'll turn so you can see me. It's a little awkward, but you'll get it. So bring the left foot more towards the center of our mat. We're going to come onto our right hip. So right leg is extended, left knee is bent. Right hand supports us. We'll inhale, reach towards the front of the mat. Lift the hips, left arm comes up and over. As you exhale, lower the hips towards the mat. Reach your left hand towards your right foot. Again, inhale, reaches up. Activating our core, opening up the side body. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. We'll do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Reach here. 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Turning back to the front of the mat so you can see me. Look to the front. We'll bring our feet to our hands. Step, hop, or float. Hip distance with your feet. Grab the big toes with your index and middle fingers. Bend your knees so your tummy and your thighs touch. Keep that connection as you straighten those legs. Elbows bent to the side. Relax your jaw here. Maybe even stick your tongue out. Release those big toes. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press through the feet, rise up to stand. Exhale, chair pose, arms sweep back. Inhale up, take it into a back bend. Again, chair pose, arms back, shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, arms back, hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hands come to heart center, Samasthiti. All right, let's step to face the long edge of our mat. Bring your hands to your waist. Flat back, deep breath. Hinge from here. Then maybe the hands might come to the mat. You can also work the forward fold, keeping the hands on the waist. That's going to be harder. Keep reaching the crown of the head towards the mat. Shoulders on the back. Let's start to soften our legs. So we're going to let our fingers trace on the floor. We're going to bend towards our right foot. And then hands come through center, bend towards your left. Just like that, side to side. As you feel yourself opening and getting stronger, you might float the hands forward. Maybe they're out to the side. Staying low, try and keep your bottom in line with the knees. Just a few more, side to side. We'll end with our right leg bent, hands come to the floor, then turn to face the back of your mat. Right leg, right toes facing the back of the mat, left leg goes high. Standing splits. We're going to work inner and outer rotation. So open up your hips, let your toes turn to face the long edge of your mat. You'll feel that your left leg is going to go higher. Try to keep the height that you have, and then square so your kneecap and toes are pointing to the wall behind you. Again, open up the hips. Left leg goes a little higher. And then keep the height or square the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Soften your right leg. Turn back to face the long edge. Second side. Walk your hands towards the left foot. Turn to face the front of your mat. Standing splits. Right leg goes high. Open up so you feel your right leg get taller, get higher, and then height stays. Work on squaring. Open up. Square. One more time, open up. And then square, keep the height. This is where we hold. 3, 2, and 1. Right leg will meet the left. Bring your feet wide. Come into a squat. So in our squat, you can sway it side to side. Again, creating some movement through the hips. And when you're ready, find your way into stillness. The feet might come in closer together. Feel your heart lift. Shoulders are down the back. Breathe here. Relax your jaw. Relax your mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Bring the feet together. Either grabbing the back of the calves or maybe the ankles. Inhale's length. Exhale into a fold. Holding onto the back. Pull yourself in tighter. Walk the ribs down the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soften the legs. How you get to a seated position is up to you. Feel free to take a vinyasa. And then maybe jumping through to that seat. Now I'm going to turn to face you, but we're going to have our legs forward. Have a block handy, and if you like to sit up on that blanket, go ahead and grab your blanket so you have that to support yourself. And take your hands to the bottom. We're moving each hip back, and then this flush to the side, and do the same with your hamstrings. Pulling it out. You can also pedal the feet. That will get the job done. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up. We'll do some waves before we hold. So we're hinging, we're reaching, and then we're going to go back up. Inhale, exhale, folding. Inhale, up. Exhale. One more deep breath. Shoulders down. Exhale into your fold. Walk the ribs further down. If you can comfortably grab your feet, take a block or some books, and bring them to the underside of your feet. Three, 2, and 1. Release. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, one of my favorites. Interlace the fingers around the toes, knees out to the side, and if the knees are high, support them with a block or blankets rolled up. Inhale's length, exhale flat back. Inhale up. All right, we're going to keep the right leg in a bent position. Rock forward, extend the left leg back, coming into your pigeon pose. If you have knee injuries or hip injuries, come onto your back for this. We'll walk the hands in closer to the shin, and we're feeling that squaring again. So the right hip slides back as the left hip is moving forward, and then walk it out. You can make a pillow, you can reach the arms out, you can bring your forehead to the mat. Let yourself be heavy here. I want you to come up, and use the breath to blow the thoughts away. Repeating to yourself this breath in, this breath out. Walk your hands in. Keep your right leg forward. Left leg comes either on top or in front of your left. So we're in front of your right. So we're in either a double pigeon or we're in a simple seated position. Double pigeon, we flex that foot. Deep breath. Exhale, walk the hands out. Try and bring your ribs over the front legs. We're not rounding in the upper back. We're maintaining a connection of the sits bones onto the floor. Walking in. All right, undo the legs. Take them wide. Bring your hands behind you. Lift your hips. Slide your sits bones down. Inhales, deep breath. Exhale. Walking it into your forward fold. This again is one of those poses that if we can add into a regular practice, we'll see a lot of benefit in the body. Opening up the inner thighs, the hamstrings. Let gravity do the work. Walk yourself in. Setting up for our pigeon on the mat. Left leg is forward. Square those hips. Right hip moves forward as the left hip is drawing back. Shin can be parallel or you can have more of an angle. Just protect your knee. Deep breath. Walk the hands in. And then release into your fold. Hips are heavy. Now side to side, you can be very tight on one side and more open. So we're meeting without judgment, without expectation. We are where we are, and that's part of the journey. It's part of the practice. Notice where you might be holding extra tightness. Maybe you started to clench your jaw. Maybe you're furrowing your brow. Maybe you're crunching your toes up. Soften where you can soften. Send your breath to the whole body, especially that outer hip. Walk it in. Keep your left leg forward. Right leg comes either in front or on top. Feet are flexed if you're stacking. Find the space, lengthen the spine, and then hinge from the hips. Keep those sits bones down. I like to close my eyes here. Relax your mouth. Walk it in. Undo the legs. Find your way onto your backs. Knees into the chest. And side to side. Rock it out. Happy baby pose. Legs will draw to the outside of your waist and the feet go to the ceiling. So think of the kneecaps trying to touch the floor as you're trying to also kick the ceiling with your feet. Either grabbing your shins, the big toes, or the pinky edges of your feet if that's there for you. I like to start with a sway, side to side. Feels good on the lower back. Maybe you straighten a leg if that feels good. Maybe even smile. There's a reason they call this happy baby. I mean, if you've ever seen a baby do this, why should babies have all the fun? Only a few more moments here. Release. And draw the right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers around your shin, and slide the left leg out. Slide any props that might be in your way. Wind releasing pose. We're working on bringing the knee towards the armpit. We're also feeling the thigh press into the belly. There is a twist that you can do here, but I'm thinking I'm going to stay right here. This feels very good. Let's switch legs. Left knee comes in. Right leg goes straight. Release. Let both legs extend. Let your arms come out to the side. Let your eyes close. Finding your way into your relaxation pose, your Shavasana. I welcome you to take a much longer Shavasana. For a lot of us, it's one of the only times that we're still outside of being asleep. Let everything surrender. Let your feet fall open. Let your knees be soft. Feel a heaviness to the hips. Feel a softness to the face. Even the space between the eyes. If you have longer to stay here, please do. Otherwise, bring movement back into your body. Maybe it's a full body stretch. And find your way to a comfortable seated position. thumbs up, deep breath. Let your thumbs come to the third eye. The light, the love, the divine in me honors the light, the love, and the divine in you. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.